days ago I showed you how to do the really basic Milkmaid hairstyle, and we all learned how easy it is. So today I want to show you how to do a reverse Milkmaid style, and I'm not sure that that's the accurate title for it, but that's what we're going to call it because it's pretty much the same thing but on the back of your head instead of the top of your head. And I want to show you this for two reasons. One, anyone of any skill set can do this. It looks so complicated, so you're going to get a lot of compliments on it, but it's so easy. I'm talking, you can start and do it really basic, or you can do it really complicated, or just find somewhere in between, but you're going to find the way that works best for you, and you're going to be so surprised how easy this is to do. And the second is because it works on dry hair, it works on wet hair, it works on curly hair, straight hair, dirty hair, clean hair. This is the easiest hairstyle, and it's applicable for every single person watching this video, unless your hair is too short to braid. But for the rest of us, it's so easy. It's a great tool to have in your arsenal. You can pull it out last minute. It takes probably 5 minutes to do. Requires almost no product. And that's it. So I'm excited to teach you how to do this so we can kind of round out our braids. And let's get to it. So the first thing you do is just take your paddle brush or brush of your choice and just brush through your hair to ensure that there aren't any tangles. And then take a comb and just part your hair down the center. Trust me when I say that it's going to work best when parted down the center, so that way we have even braids on either side. But I guess do what you want. And then just continue and just do your best to get an even part all the way down the back. But as you can tell, mine's not very even. You just kind of need to section your hair off equally. Then just pick up one half of the hair and just clip it up so that way we can deal with the other half without this getting in our way. Then you section the remaining hair in two parts. Everything from the front of your ear forward and everything behind your ear back. You'll just section that off because then we're going to just make those into two very basic braids. So now that you have really just one section you're working with, you're just going to do a very basic 3-strand braid. Nice and thick, very tight. But like I said earlier, you can really make this whatever you want it to be. If you want to do a fishtail braid here, that would be awesome. If you want to do a Dutch braid, cool, find a way to make it work. But I'm just going to show you the basics. So I'm just doing a very basic, very tight 3-strand braid. Now, if your hair was very straight or very clean, you're going to want to put some dry shampoo in it or some talcum powder to kind of add a little bit of thickness. Otherwise, the braid might slip out. But I don't remember the last time I washed my hair, and there's so much product in it that I think I'm going to be good to go. So just braid your hair all the way down and taking a clear rubber elastic, secure it at the bottom. Something to keep in mind is that you want the braid to be very tight, and you want to braid as far down as you possibly can. The further down we go, the less tucking you're going to have to do at the end with some random left out pieces. So just braid as far down the strand as you can possibly go and then secure it really tightly with a rubber elastic. So then you'll just repeat the exact same thing with the section in the front, just making sure that you're kind of pulling the braid a little bit backwards. So the first braid we braided straight down. The second braid we want to braid it a little bit backwards, otherwise we're going to end up with some gaps when we try to pull it back. So just be conscious, it shouldn't be anything that's hard or complicated or hard on your hands. Just kind of, if you're, just angle it back almost like at a 45-degree angle. And then when you get to the very bottom, just secure it with a rubber elastic. So now we unclip that other side of hair and just do the exact same thing. Section the hair out with everything, all of the hair from the ear and behind and all of the hair from the ear and above. Put that top section up and then do the exact same thing. So just really tightly braid that back hair, secure with a rubber elastic, and then braid that front section of hair at a 45-degree angle backwards, secure it with a rubber elastic. Just two very simple 3-strand tight braids. That's it. Now that we have all of our braids done, all we do is just pull them across and secure them with a bobby pin. So starting with that bottom left side braid, pull it across the base of your head. You're gonna need all the bobby pins you have in your house for this, by the way. And just secure it with a bobby pin. And that's it. And then we take that right side back braid and just gently rest it on top of the one that we just pinned and just secure it with a bobby pin. You're gonna need, like I just said, all of the ones that you own. This takes me probably 25 bobby pins, so you need to keep bobby pinning until it feels nice and tight and very secure. But you just pin it up, that's it. So you just take the back braid, wrap it down, pin it, take the other braid, wrap it on top of that, pin it, and then we'll take these front braids. Okay, so look how cute those are. Then we'll take these front braids and pull those back, and then just on top of that last braid, then pin this one. So you'll see all we're doing is like layering our braids and bobby pinning them together. And you just bobby pin until it's secure. Once we have all of the braids nicely tucked into each other and pulled on top of each other, then we'll address these like loose ends that we have flying out in front. But you just kind of want to take that front braid, layer it on top of the last braid, and secure it with the bobby pin. You see how easy this is? All we did was 4 simple braids, and now we pull them the opposite direction of the way that of the side of the head that we're on, bobby pin it, and then switch sides. So left braid, left braid, right braid. And now we have all 4 braids layered on top of each other, and now we're going to just simply take anything that's sticking out and bobby pin it down. So we have these weird little pieces in the front, which are the ends of my braids, and you just need to like tuck them into the front and bobby pin them down. Anything that's sticking out, take another bobby pin it into the hair. And that's really all there is to this. We use rubber elastics at the end of our braids. They're not going to go anywhere, so you can feel free to manipulate the braids, make them a little bit bigger, make them messier, take them and tuck them, and they're not going to fall out. And that's kind of the beauty of using those rubber elastics, is it keeps the braids so secure. So after you have everything in place, just pin until you feel like it's not going to go anywhere. Feel free to pull apart the braids like I just said, and then just pick up your favorite hairspray and give a healthy coating of hairspray to make sure that you are good to go. But if you wanted to, you can make this way more complicated, add in all the different braids that you know how to do, but it's the same thing. Just do 4 basic braids and then layer them on top of each other. And that is really all there is to it.